So obviously the hockey world is very aware that Bo Horvat was traded from the Canucks to the Islanders right at the All-Star break, and the question at that time was what was going to happen going forward. Horvat was on a deal that ends at the end of this season, so the question was whether the Islanders were going to sign him long-term or if he was considered more of a rental, which, seeing where the Islanders are, didn't make a whole lot of sense, and so I think many were kind of confused, but we just got our answer. Lou Lamoriello and the Islanders have officially signed Horvat to an 8-year, $8.5 million per year deal. But Lou, being interviewed, immediately seemed to not be a fan of the deal, as he had this to say.
Well, all I can tell you is it's too long and it's too much money. So I mean, you want the truth?
No. Well, that was going to lead into my next point.
Next question.
That's gotta be one of the better quotes I've heard a GM say in a while. Now, he's referring to the deals and contracts in general these days, but I find it odd coming from the guy that signed Kovalchuk to a 15-year, $100 million deal back in 2010. And that was after he tried to sign him for 17 years, which the league turned down. It just doesn't really add up, and it seemed kind of weird, but also hilarious to me at the same time. Now, what does make sense is that they signed him. It would not have been good for the Islanders to give up what they did to Vancouver just to have Horvat for half a season and then he walks in free agency, so you almost expected that they had full intention to sign him long term. But I really didn't expect it today. He hasn't even played a game in an Islanders uniform yet. Now, as for the value of the deal itself, it was pretty expected, I'd say. Elliot Friedman, back when he got traded, had mentioned that the going price that Horvat was asking for in Vancouver was in the range of 8 for 8, so 8 for 8.5 is right there. Now, I don't know. I do think it's almost too long. This year, he's worth 8.5 in my opinion. He's had the best year of his career at 27, but you know how that goes. Somehow players always tend to play well during a contract year. He's got 31 goals, 23 assists for 54 points in just 49 games, and has played overall a very solid game. But he does have a nearly 22% shooting percentage, when the league average is closer to 14, which is probably not going to bode well for him going forward. So how this contract will age 8 years from now, no one can say. He'll be 28 when this deal kicks in, so it's definitely a risk. But depending on the cap increases, maybe it's not so bad. For short term, for sure, he's worth it. But longer term, maybe 2 to 3 years from now, I think is where it may start to weigh on the Islanders, paying $8.5 million for a second-line center going into his 30s. But I guess we'll see. The other thing is, maybe he's not a second-line center. Maybe the Islanders view him as their first center, and Barzal maybe moves back to the wing. I don't know. Again, we haven't even seen the guy play yet, but I guess we'll see that as well. Now, the reason that this deal does make sense is that I don't think at this point the Islanders are likely to make the playoffs at all. So having him as a rental wouldn't have made sense. They've got some serious competition just to fight for a wild card, but let me know. What do you guys think of the deal? And you Vancouver fans, this is pretty similar to the Miller contract, so let me know. If you had a choice, would you rather have Miller at 8 for 7 years or Horvat at 8.5 for 8 years? I'm interested in hearing what you've got to say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.